All right, good morning, everybody. Today we have INM here. It's looking pretty good, I would say. Going from a bottom here of about $9.90 to a top of just over $15. So we've got quite the price range on this, so we can make do with that. We have IFBD as well, which is looking pretty good from a bottom here, $1.69 to a top of 248. Recently had quite the pullback here, so we might see this drop down to 200 EMA on open and then maybe take a bounce from there. We've got QH, which looks like it's been mainly downtrending for the morning, so I'm not really too sure if we'll be playing this one, but we'll see what happens on open. We have FFIE here going from about $1.12 to a high there of $1.31, so it's an okay range, but recently it's just been going $1.18 to $1.27, which is not too much. We are in the dollar range though, so if we start seeing that kind of movement on open, we could definitely take advantage of that. We have ADR, which we haven't seen in forever. It's been probably a good solid 4 months or so. Going from about 250 all the way to $3. So again, we have an okay range here. I'm not really sure what's up with ADA right now, but it might be playable on open. RGLS had a nice run from $1.70 all the way up to a 242 here. Currently sitting pretty close to that 200 EMA, so we'll likely be looking for a bounce here if it's got some volume on open, and maybe we could take a play on that as well. Besides that, there's a couple other ones popping up slowly, but nothing that's looking too great yet. So I think we'll just leave it up to open and see what happens. So we have about 50 seconds here. Could take a look at perhaps JFBR. Yeah, not looking great there. CRDF. Nope. OPTT. Nope. DXMD. Nope. IDYA. Nope. Okay, so that gives us a pretty good idea of what we should be watching, which is basically just what we have here. Let's see. Maybe FFI will do something. Maybe ADR. And RGLS is a possibility too. QH, not too sure about. IFBD, not really too sure about quite yet, but we'll see. Market's just about to open, so we'll get ready. RMED, we could take a look at as well. Yep. I haven't seen RMED in forever either. Yeah, this one's looking pretty good. 20 cents, so that's really cheap. But we might be able to take a play on it if it's looking really good. Try out some quick lines here. Okay, so INM's looking pretty good. Let's see here. Heading down to VWAP. We'll probably take a play on INM at VWAP here. So 14.14. We're going to go for 15.50 and then just a 13.50 stop loss. Gives it a decent amount of stop here. It's really hard to hit 13.50 right there, but this will do. Okay. Now hopefully this doesn't start coming back down on us. It's looking okay so far. FFI is heading down. We've got ADR heading down as well. That might bounce off that 200, but it's currently sitting kind of below it, which tells me otherwise. And then we have IFBD here, which looks fairly positive. That's a pretty good open. We have the next candle forming, and it's still doing okay. It hasn't broken into a new low yet. Might have to come back to that. Just taking a look at this other stuff, seeing if there's anything super great going on. Nothing really. Did drop back down to that 1429 area, back up to 1480. Around 15 or close to 15, you can take some profit. Take some profit, INM around 15. All right, so we're at 1505. Looking good. ADR sells on bounce, RGLS starting to move. This is what I wanted to see. So we'll go RGLS here. $1.90-ish. You might get, yeah, like $1.92, $1.90. We're gonna go for a 210 ultimately there. And then $1.85 stop. We'll give it $1.85. Yeah, $1.85. That makes sense. I like that. Right there. All right, so we're currently at $1.95. It's not looking too bad. Back down to 14.50 on INM. FFI still dropping, INM still kind of struggling, ADR not doing much, RGLS is doing okay here. IFTB is not doing much. QH is starting to make its moves now. Very volatile. Lots of wicks on top, though. I don't want to see that. RMED looks like it might bounce here. We could try RMED. It's pretty cheap, but we'll just give it a really tight stop. RMED, we're going for a 0.20 entry. Obviously, we're going to go for a 0.19 stop loss. We're going to go for a 0.23 PT. So that should be about 3.5%, 4%. NVTA, yeah. NVTA. NVTA is not looking too bad on open. That was quite the hike there, going from 395 to 420. So not looking too bad there. Where did I get in on INM? 1433. There's a video going over where we started the challenge at. I don't think we've moved too much. We're probably at like $260 a position. RGLS down to that $1.90, $1.91 area. So if you're looking for a good entry, I think now would be it. Or you can just wait for the pullback and see how far down the pullback takes us, if there's one. INM back up here, hitting that 1530 area, hoping for about 1550. Very, very close. FFIE continues to drop. RGLS sitting at that $1.89 area currently. This does look like it's going to have a pullback, so we'll be likely seeing that. RMED down to that same price, I guess. Hasn't really moved. I'm not going to call out the decimal points on it, I guess. ADR hasn't really moved. IFTB not really doing anything. QH is still kind of doing its thing. It's too wicky on top still. I think it's going to drop back down, so we'll just leave that be. Then we've got NVTA here, which is still looking pretty good. I would like to take a position on this as well. Just going to make sure I remember to put in trades here. INM's bumping up. Yeah, we're 15.75 here. We actually hit $16, so we're past PT, so we can do our second scale out. That's PT on INM. Did I say RMED? I meant INM. Taking some more out around 1650. Something like that, 1620, 1630. Just around that area. We're up quite a bit more, so we want to make sure we're securing something. RGLS back to 194 here, hit 195, 196. What do we get in on RGLS? I got in $1.89. So 196 is actually not that bad. I'm going to scale some out here. Scaling some out, RGLS 196. Okay, we just hit 197, so that's good. Might actually hit that $2 mark fairly quickly. RMED still hasn't really moved. NVTA still close to that $4 mark. I think we might go in here at 200 EMA. See if we can make something happen with NVTA. So we're going to go for about a 395 entry. We're going to go for a 4... You know what? I'm not really sure I like this one. So the range isn't actually that great on it. If we're looking from 200 EMA here, we got 398. We go all the way to the top end. It's 412. That's like 15 cents. I think I'm just going to leave this one be. I don't want to waste a trade on something that's not really moving all that much. It might move. It could be good. Dip down on RMED to that 0.19, high 0.19s. FFIE not really doing much. ADR not really doing much. IFTB is not doing anything. QH still looks like it wants to move up, but haven't quite decided on that. RGLS all the way down hits our stop. So if we didn't scale out, I'm at 197. He stopped down the full amount. We're back at 189. I do want to try this again. So RGLS 189. We're going to go for probably a 205. And then a 1, what do we have before? We'll go 184. I actually could have moved that stop down just a little bit there, but I didn't, and that was not very smart of me, especially since I got an cent lower. I really definitely could have moved that, but that's okay. Live and learn. We'll go again because that is going to be a winner. So we hit up to just about 1630 there on INM. It's coming back down to VWAP here, 1460. Could it drop further? It could drop further, yeah. I don't expect it to, so we could try for a full another entry on this. So INM, 1460 maybe. Yeah, probably 1460. We're going to go for another 1550 play. Actually, let's go for just 16 because we know it's doable. And we'll go for a $14 stop loss. And we don't even need $14. We could honestly go even a little bit tighter, but I really think that volatility needs to be a factor in this. We're going to keep that old stop loss too, because we still have a runner on that. But with this new trade, it's looking like it's going to head back up. So I think we're fine, and I do think that there's a decent enough range on the stock, even though we're in this high range, that we can make some money off it. So. Okay. Our GLS back to $1.90 here. We did hit $1.92. I'm still waiting for $1.96 again before I take out some profit. RMED still not really doing a whole lot. NVTA nasty drop. Wow, it's so good we didn't take that play. Yikes. That was a big drop. Okay, we've got FFI continues to drop. 8 or not, still not doing anything. It's literally just staying in this little area here, not really doing much. It's kind of a bummer. We have QH here with a nasty drop as well. We're hitting a new low on open, so that could be bad. RGLS 193. Remember 195, we're looking to take profits. For INM, 1480. Where are we at now? 1490? Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't patient with that entry. Could have gotten a better entry if I was patient, but it is what it is. RGLS not really looking like it wants to go much. Oh, there we go, 195, just like that. So we're going to take some profit out here. Taking some profit. INM, 196, 196, 195, 196. Not INM. Did I say INM? Because I wrote INM. That's RGLS. There we go. Okay. RMED here up, getting close to that 0.21. We could take some profits at 0.21 when we hit that. NVTA looks like it might bounce back up here, but again, you know what? I don't expect too much of an upturn on this, so I'm just not going to touch it. I got a couple other things we can take a look at. I'm just going to get rid of this because we've got like no volume on it. PNT is something that's supposedly running. It's looking okay. What's the range here? We're going from 980 to a high of $11. That's not a terrible range. I'm gonna say no for now, but we might come back to it if we're desperate. EWTX is a no-go. TLS also a no-go. RXT, nope, don't want to play that. I don't think anyway. 540 to 590, no. Missed. No. Nope. Okay, we're good where we are. So when we hit that 0.21 area, we're going to take some profits. Taking some profits. RMED 0.21. It's not a lot, but we'll take some where we can get it. Make sure we scale some out. INM sitting at that VWAP line. RGLS hits a new high there of $1.98. Let's see if we can get this a little bit higher because I don't want to take more profits on the second trade here until we hit maybe $2. It is pretty slow. I can't remember. Did you get in at 450? What's Pets at now? Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, all the way up to 450. Honestly, this looks like it might even go a little bit higher. I think you're, yeah, this is like we talked about on the meeting. I think this could definitely go up to $6. It's got a little bit of resistance between here and there, but if it can pass $6, yeah, definitely $10. You don't trust Armed? Yeah, I mean, that's pretty fair. We're at 0.22. That's our scale out point. We're just going cent by cent here. Did you get out because the top Bollinger Band's pretty close? Because that's what I would be looking at. INM looks sketch. Yeah, I would agree that one also looks sketch. I think we might hit the bottom band. We might even hit the support area here at 14.18. Yeah, well, I mean, Armed's always going to have not great looking price action because it's so cheap. But I mean, like, you know what? For a stock that's 20 cents, this actually isn't the worst one I've seen. So I guess that's basically why I took a play on it in the first place, is I didn't really think it was going to be that bad. And it hasn't been that bad. We got 2 cents out of it. At 0.20, that's like, I don't even know what percentage that would be, like 4%, 5%, 8%? I don't know, something like that. I haven't looked. I'll have to look later. Our GLS here almost at $2. We're a couple cents shy. INM still struggling. This could be the end of the pullback, though. If we're holding pattern here, this will be the end of the pullback. Yeah, Armed looks like it. I mean, like, I got a little bit left. I could pull it out at 0.22, but I think it could go higher. And then our stop loss right at 0.19 here. Forgot to add that. SL for INM, we got that at $14. Although if we're breaking down, I would say like if we break down past this low here to cut it. So if we basically break down from this support area, this yellow support 14.14, I would cut it then. But I mean, again, it's only 14 cents. So if you don't like remember to cut it at that point, it's not going to be a huge deal. QH with a nice recovery. Where are we currently seeing? We're currently seeing at 320. Could get up to 345. I was thinking about NVTA as a recovery, but I don't know. 370. It's already at 390. Yeah, see, I feel like we're a little late on that now. Because, like, there's two scenarios. One, we blow right through and get right back to the top and break into the regular range again, which would be fantastic. But again, at this point, like, that's a pretty big risk for 25 cents or whatever. But the more likely option is that it hits this area right here and doesn't break through and then just starts retracing back down, which is going to be pretty crappy. It's only going to be a couple cents. So I don't think it's worth it. I think it's too risky. We are at over $2 here, so we could hit 204, which is pretty good. We can take some more profits out here. Taking some profits out on our GLS 204. And we have a little bit left here, so we'll see where we can go with this. Done for the day. Nice. I assume that means you hit your price target or your P&L target, I guess. That's what it would be called, P&L target. Your daily goal or whatever. Our GLS struggling here. It's probably going to come back down, so I wouldn't be holding too much at the end of this. Yeah, it looks like it's already getting rejected and turning back around a little bit. I'm not really seeing much else. We could try a QH as a recovery now that it's down a little bit further. We'd just be hoping to God this turns around on us and goes back up, which I'm not really too keen on trying right now. Hey, there you go. Never mind on FFIE. Yeah, it continues to drop. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I didn't even see your earlier comment there, 28 ounce. On a mission? Hey, that's good. Look at that. RGLS is still going up. Yeah, so it broke through the area of resistance. We actually hit 208, so we're past PT now. RGLS. You can hold a little bit more if you want. We are going to be hitting this 209 resistance. But if we break through that 209, you won't be seeing another resistance level for quite some time. You might hit some at 227. Kind of iffy though. So we did get up to 1511 on INM here, but nothing fantastic. It's been a long consolidation on this. I'm not really sure I like that. We're getting very close to that VWAP line on NVTA here, but it's showing such a lack of interest in moving up now. I don't think it'd be worth jumping into. Yeah, QH continues to break down. So I was thinking about touching this, but I was worried about this. If it started to break down even a little bit further, it'll likely at least hit this 309 support. And it's got a long ways down it could go. It could go down all the way to, 269 before we start seeing like an actual area of support. So might be a good short. You could possibly short this. I would feel more comfortable going short on it than going long, that's for sure. Hey, there you go. Like the volume on NVTA. Yeah, it's like it's okay. It's still holding a relatively decent amount, but it's it's not looking great. And we're looking for great things right now. What's next? Good question. Good question. Okay, so we're hitting that stop on INM. So we probably won't touch INM because it broke down further than it should have. RGLS still looking good there, hit as high as 208. Yeah, 30 bucks isn't bad for like, 20 minutes work. We're not even at 20 minutes yet. We're a minute shy. That's $60. No, 20 minutes. You're looking at like $90 an hour. Yeah, I don't know if RMed's gonna go higher. I'm still holding because I have faith. I have faith. We can hit 0.24. That would be pretty good. All right, NVTA, you got to decide if you're going to continue up or like what's going on here because consistent volume, MACD's already crossed, but we're not bullish on VWAP yet. If we got bullish on VWAP here and crossed it, I think there could be something to do, but yeah, there's that complete breakdown. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this might be an area we could buy in on FFIE. I feel like this is a little desperate, but yesterday was looking pretty good. So I think I'm gonna jump in on FFIE here. So we're gonna be getting in hopefully $4. Hoping for at least $10 out of it, and then probably just a $1 stop. Yeah, let's go with $1 stop. This is gonna be a recovery play. Ooh, got a lower entry. Look at that. Okay. I'm not moving that stop down. If it breaks down any further, I don't want to be at it anyway, but I'll take the cheaper entry there. So we broke through that resistance a little bit. We hit 210. Like I said, once we break this resistance, we might not have any till 227. So hopefully we can see this run if we break through. RGLS is probably the best looking thing right now. FFI is not looking great, but hopefully we start to see a recovery here. I can't see it going much lower unless it's going to be a complete breakdown. Then we might see it down to 90 cents, but we'll see. We shall see. Ader really not doing much. IDYA not doing anything. RMED heading back down. We could take another entry on RMED, but it's kind of risky. NVTA just slightly breaking through. Still looking fairly bearish. I mean, like, this is a bullish candle here, but yeah, I don't know. From that 390 area, I can't see enough profit to make that risk worth it. Like, we'd be looking for at least 410 to get 20 cents out of it, and that's already past the band there, so I don't think that'll happen. RGLS poked through to 212 there. These are reversal candles. That was a very bullish candle, but this one's pretty bearish, so I don't think we're going to get much higher than 212 on this. I want to make sure that I'm cutting down my my position to like basically nothing at this point, and we're hoping this. Obviously we hope it continues up, but if it doesn't, we won't be hurting too bad. FFI, nice recovery up to 107 currently. So if we get at 110, that would be fantastic. We can take quite a bit out at 110. INM holding pretty well here. Looks like a bullish curl. And RBO, we could take a look at that, yeah. Nothing is halting today. My halt scanner is picking up nothing within the price range. NRBO is not looking too bad here. It's 36 cents to 57, so we got a decent range. Price action looks a little iffy. It's a possibility we end up playing this, though, so I'll keep it open. Ader is coming back to that 200 EMA, but again, don't really want to try that. We did see a high there of 109 on FFIE here, which is pretty close to PT, so I think we want to take some profit there. Especially if you got in even cheaper, like I got in 103 instead of 104. I think we were aiming for 104, yeah. So getting out at around 109 or getting out some of it at least at 109 is not a bad option. INM does look like it's going to curl up. We could try an INM play. Yeah, you know what? I kind of think that INM is going to run again, so I'm going to go with an INM here at $14. Going to try for $16. And then a 1370. What was the low here? We want to just make sure we're breaking a new low here, so 13. I mean, we could have a 1350. That's not the that's not the end of the world, and that means we have a stop right there, so that should be fine. Yeah, I like that. That works for me. That's 13 or 14. Okay. RGLS coming down a little bit here. FFI is giving up as well. NVT is giving up. FFI here is a 109, so that's where we're going to take some profit. We're hoping for 110. I can see it maybe hitting up to 113 right now, but that's probably the highest we'll get. This is probably going to consolidate and start moving up higher. So, I mean, as a longer term hold, this might be longer term day trade hold. This might be better. QH continues to drop. NRBO hasn't come back down to VWAP yet, which is what I'm kind of hoping for. But if it's holding the same pattern, we might not get that. It might just stay flat around here and then move up. RGLS bouncing off VWAP. I would say VWAP's a pretty risky place to be trying to take a play off this right now, so I'm going to hold off on that. Lucid Motors. Let's take a look. So that's what LCID is, right? Lucid Group. It's doing okay. Yeah, the range is pretty slim though. It's less than $1 for the whole day on almost a $16 scale. That's probably not all that great. What do I think of it? I think it's kind of dumb, but I think that it's put in place for a good reason because, you know, back when day trading started to get popular and retail traders could do it, the whole reason behind it was because people were getting margin called left and right, and brokerages were having to come up with the money, and people were going bankrupt, and their housing was getting taken away, and then the housing market was crashing. It was a mess. So that's why you guys have the PDT rule. Does it make growing your account harder? Definitely. Is it impossible? No. It'll just take you some time, which is not necessarily a bad thing because then you're not wasting a ton of money early on. But it definitely slows down the growth. Yeah, like if what I don't see, the PDT rules apply to margin accounts, which I get. What I don't get is why cash settlement takes more than a day. I think I saw one brokerage that has instant cash settlement on cash accounts. I just can't remember which one it was. But yeah, I think PDT rules are well thought out for margin accounts because you shouldn't be risking people's money until you know what you're doing. But I feel like cash accounts should be instant settlement because you should be able to do whatever you want with your own money. And RBO is hitting VWAP here. Overnight cash settlement. That would be a good step in the right direction. It's still not instant, but that's still better than what it currently is for most brokerages. Yeah. Yeah, see, like, I don't think the SEC should have a say in cash settlement. That should be a brokerage specific thing. If they think that, like once your transaction is done, the transaction is done. If you made money, you made money. If you lost money, you lost money. There's nothing more to it. So there shouldn't be a rule saying you can't use that money again until, Wednesday. It doesn't make much sense. If we're going to try NRBO, I think it's now. So let's give it a shot. NRBO. 0.49, gonna go for a 0.60 and then a 0.47. Kind of a big stop loss, but we'll do it. If we can get even lower here, like 0.48. Yeah, let's get 0.48. 0.46 SL. Okay, so 0.46. Close enough right there. All right, so we're hoping for a recovery here. We don't want to see it come back down to this level. RMAD's still struggling. RGLS took a little bit of a drop here. This is looking a little better. I like the way this is looking now. I want it to drop a little bit more, though. We are dropping a little bit on INM as well. Yeah, you can definitely still be profitable on PDT. Or even just on a cash account. See, I think you really shoot yourself in the foot when you go to PDT rules on a margin account and you try to day trade because you're really limited on the amount of day trades you have. Like 3 a week is just not a lot. So I do think that you could probably grow an account faster and more consistently with a cash account than you ever could with PDT rules, even with cash settlement. Yeah, your trades are going to be smaller, but you have more opportunities to get good trades. Or what you could do is you could have a cash account and you could have a margin account. And if you find a stock that's absolutely killing it for the day, just take a good trade or a good entry on your margin account on, that really good stock and then play the rest on your cash account because it's a game of numbers. And with the PDT rules, you can't get those numbers. Three for three. Nice. Way to go. That pays your monthly membership right there. I think it's almost time to try RGLS again. You want more than 25K. 25K will get you around the rules, but the second you dip below, you're back in them. So you, like with this account challenge that I'm doing for a cash account challenge, I want to hit $30,000 before I call it quits on the cash account because I think that's the comfortable level. All right, RGLS. We're gonna go for $1. I think ideally $1.95 would be great, but I'm not sure if we'll hit that. So I'm gonna say $1.95, but we might get higher here. And we're gonna actually aim for 210 and probably $1.90 stop out. We might cut before $1.90. Can't say for sure, but we'll see. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. We got one more trade on the account for today. Quite honestly, I'm not really sure what that's going to be. We're almost at 1450 here on INM. We actually hit 1450. What was our entry here? $14. That's not terrible. I'll take a little bit out. I just want to secure a little bit, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, exactly. 5K trading room. And then you take small positions so you don't blow your account right away. Man, look at that. RGLS. We hit 197, bounced all the way up to 204. We're almost at 205 here. It takes some profits. Taking some profits. RGLS. 204. I think we could still hit 210 pretty likely to hit 210, but I want to make sure we're taking some profits again. FFI only hit $1.09, back down to $1.04 area. NRBO, we're up 1 cent on it. We did hit up 2 cents, but nothing fantastic yet. Actually, at 0.50, we could probably take out a little bit here, walk away with at least 4%. Not necessarily walk away from it, but at least get some profit out of it. Yeah, exactly. At least it's not higher than 25K. Yeah. And when you switch over to professional day trading brokerages, they want you to have more than 25K anyway, right? If you go to Cobra Trader, they want you to have 30K Centerpoint Securities, 50K minimum. So to be a day trader, ultimately you're going to need $30,000, $40,000, something like that, if you want to be like fairly professional at it. But I mean, you can start from anywhere and work your way up, and it's a good learning process when you don't have a lot of money anyway. We had 207 on RGLS because you want to make sure that you're giving yourself the time. Because once you switch to a margin account, it's so easy to start blowing money left and right because you have unlimited day trades and you're just going for it all the time. So you need that discipline before you get to that point. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's best that you're limited. It's basically having training wheels on your bank account. Yep. Yep, that's exactly what happens. And all new people think the same way, and I thought the same way when I was new too. I was like, I was playing with 5 grand and I lost it. And then I was playing with 5 grand again and I lost it. I'm like, well, it's because I don't have a big bankroll. So then I went and got a loan for like $150,000. And guess what? I blew that too because I hadn't learned my lesson yet. You learn your lesson after that, though. Now you know it's not the money that matters, it's how you trade. All right, FFI down to $1.03 here. NRBO just shy of our stop loss. QH on its way back up here, finally. Not quite sure I believe that. Yeah, and that's why direct market access is really important. You need that direct market access because your fills are going to be terrible otherwise. We're stopping out on NRPO here. I may have preemptively cut a little early on that, but we'll see. Going to be upset if it doesn't actually hit and it bounces off now. But yeah, see, that's shady on their part that they ask, yeah, you have to ask them to turn it on. That's because they want people to be dumb so they can scalp your orders. Our GLS looking okay here. We still have one more trade, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we still have one more trade we could take. I'm just not really sure what it's going to be yet. RXT's new. We could take a look at that. IBK is a good stepping stone. Trade Zero is not bad. I think ultimately you want to end up on Centerpoint Securities or Cobra Trader, but it's not really like mandatory. RMED's starting to give up here. IBK is one of those things like they have great fills and great execution and a lot of customizability, but it's just a pain to use. I think Trade Zero is better for shorting than IBKR is, but I know for a fact Centerpoint Securities is probably the best brokerage for day trade shorting. Yeah. Like they buy up a lot of those short locates. Yeah, you can look them up there. Minimum balanced open account with them is 50K, I believe, but they're a good brokerage. Stuff like Trade Zero, IBKR, like they're like an intermediate step for people who want to do day trading. Like Trade Zero, like yeah, they got good short locates, but they're still kind of catering towards the swing traders because of the limit orders or the longer time frame day traders. Where like Centerpoint Securities and Cobra Trader, they cater to the quick scalpers. Their fees are really cheap too, like with not Centerpoint. Yeah, I think actually both of them, if you get over like 2 million shares a month, if you buy over 2 million shares, your commission goes down to like 2 cents per share or 0.002 cents per share. 28,200. You're almost at 30K. No, it's not bad at all. IBKR is like twice as much. So yeah, no worries, man. I don't know what we're gonna do this last trade. Honestly, I'm not really seeing anything that's like great, like looks really good right now, and I want to jump into it right now. So I want to use it though because it just seems like a waste. So I'm not really sure where we're gonna head with this. We might actually pull another RMED trade here. This is the only thing I can see that looks just about ready for an entry and might make us some money. We'll have to see. Yeah, I think it's going to be RMED here. I think that's what we're going to do. RMED 0.19, 0.23, and a 0.18 stop loss. So you're probably going to get high 19s here, but you can go down to anywhere on this 0.18 scale. I'm going to put it right down at the bottom of 0.18, but chances are we'll cut if it starts to break down from this area here. So we probably won't even leave the 0.19 area before we cut. Yeah, Cobra Trader is good. I know a lot of traders that use it, and I would be using it too. But see, when you do the kind of stuff that I do, and then you have a lot of people that are restricted by a lot of rules, people like to make up stories to make themselves feel better. Like, same thing with PDT rules. People who think they have PDT rules think they can't day trade because, I don't have PDT rules and that's why I'm making my money or something, right? So if you go to something like Cobra Trader and people are like, well, it's because you're on a better brokerage. So I try to use brokerages that everybody can use. But Cobra Trader is definitely better for this kind of stuff. and they've got their own platform, but the fees are fairly big. Like they have their corporate trading platforms like 150 bucks a month, which isn't great. And then they have, you know, the point two cents or 0.02 cents, I guess. This is our, whoop, didn't even click on that. That is 0.19. Cobra Trader, they leave their platform open to Sterling, DAS, and Cobra Trader, and I think there's one other they allow you to use as well. But honestly, if you're going to go with Cobra Trader, you might as well use their platform because their platform is pretty good. Yeah, ARK is looking pretty weird. It's up and halted right now. Yeah, that's the first thing on the halt scanner all day. No volume to lots of volume, so I'm not really too keen on that, but we'll see what happens with it. Armed, you need to come back now. If you drop lower than this band, it's lower than this support area, not looking good. Yep. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Armed. And then we've got RGLS. We still have a little bit left in RGLS. Still hoping to hit that. Well, we hit 210. Yeah, I didn't even say we hit RGLS, but we did. And we just hit it again, so definitely you can take some profits at this 210 marker. You can wait for higher. It's looking like pretty volatile right now, so you might actually get a little more out of it. Armed's not looking good. I gotta say, I think I might cut here. I don't want to take a big loss on this. Yeah, I'm cutting. Yeah, didn't want to take a loss on that. Man, it could have just held there. It should have just held. Yeah, everything's kind of slowed down pretty much to a stop here. ARK might be something that's worth playing. I'm out of day trade, so anything past this is just going to be calls, but it might open up and look okay, but it's kind of hard to say at this point. RGLS is not looking too bad. INM still kind of doing its thing, not really going very far though. GovX we could take a look at. Yeah, GovX isn't looking too bad. It's got a decent range to it. It's got a nice pattern. Price action's looking okay. Volume's a little sporadic, but looks like it's at least in a pattern here. Probably wait for it to come back down to like $1.66 before I'd even consider an entry. Maybe $1.67. BBIG we can take a look at as well. BBIG is looking pretty good here, $1.05 to $1.22. Again, a little higher than MACD. Looks like it's going to start to curl down here. Wouldn't want to be jumping in on this as a momentum play. I haven't really been watching these candles form or anything, so I don't really know what kind of momentum it's really got. But yeah, I think that one's a little too high right now. But again, looking pretty good. We can close down FFIE here. I don't think it's going to do much. Same with NVTA. RMED as well. We've got RGLS here bouncing off VWAP. That could be another potential entry, but again, pretty risky. INM looking okay, I guess. It is making slightly higher lows, so that's good. It's just taking forever to do anything. ARK is unhalted. 689 to 7. You know what? Looking pretty bullish. I think we might be able to try something. ARK, like to get in like $7. That'd be where I'd be hopefully looking to get in, but I think that's just not going to happen right now. So maybe like 730. Go for like 850 on it, and then a $7 stop. I think I can't really afford more than a 30-cent stop on this, so it depends where you get in, really. Loss going to be $7 here. And then we've got the entry point around 735. And then PT hopefully around 850, but who really knows? Okay. Jumped in at 7. Lucky you. Venom trading. Oh, cool. I actually didn't know that. Yeah, finally some fun. No kidding. Yeah, everything's been kind of boring this morning. Finally, INM's moving. We might be able to close out with some more profits here. Definitely thinking about taking this profits here at 780 or 1480, sorry. Want to make sure we're securing some more. We haven't really been moving, so taking most out here. All right, let's go ARK. BBIG coming down a little bit. GovX still coming down a little bit. I'm still thinking $1.60, at least $1.68 for a drop. ARK hitting that 780. So if you got in 740, 780 is definitely a place to take some profits. Just hit $15 on INM, so if you haven't taken any profits yet, or you took profits earlier on and you want to take some more, now would be a good time. Hitting that whole dollar mark is definitely something you got to watch for. Bearish candles. A little bit of indecision though. This could really, it could mean either thing though. It could be going up or it could be looking to come back down at this point. It's kind of hard to say. It's kind of all over the place. Just looks really weird when you get too close to it. So I was coming down pretty far here. GovX still not close enough. We got about 10 minutes, so probably ARK will be the last thing I call. Still seeing if INM can close out a little bit higher here in RGLS. We have a little bit left. We should have taken it at 210. We really should have. I don't think I did. I think I got 207 on it, which is again not bad, but still have a little bit left, and I should have cashed it all out. But live and learn. Looking pretty bearish right now, but it looks like it's got some fight back to it. So like maybe it'll come back up. We're still seeing a lot of like really low volume here, which is not necessarily a good sign. Come back up a little bit here. Our GLS still struggling. Yeah, down a little bit. It's bearish on MACD right now, so that's not a good sign. I think ARK might come back here. MACD is still facing down, and we still have less volume than usual. Definitely less volume than usual. So these are all like warning signs that you should be thinking about getting out. So if you didn't take profits earlier, I would definitely be looking to cut. I would reduce the risk, but if you took profits around that 780 mark or whatever, you could hold till stop if you want to and see if it bounces. I think there's a decent chance that it bounces, but I think there's also a lot of things saying you should be getting out. RGLS bounced all the way up to 208 there. Could take that as your out if you want. Hard to say. Definitely hard to say. GovX looks like it did actually hit 168 and then bounced. That could have been a potential entry point. BBIG didn't fall down enough for me to even consider that an entry. RGLS with a huge breakdown. Massive breakdown. This could be an area to consider buying in at right here. The 200 EMA, so about $1.90. I mean, realistically, $1.84 is probably going to be the bottom today, but yeah, INM's looking good. Could probably close out the rest of what we have here. So I finally started moving, thank God. That was painful. RGLS wasn't super painful because we got most of it out up here, which is good. But INM, holy crap, man, that took forever. ARC's still not looking great. GovX also not really looking too great, but also not bad at all. All at the same time, it's weird. The price action is like not really telling. Still bullish on MACD, but just barely. It's holding a pretty consistent pattern, so I'm expecting this to head up from this $1.68 point. Reversal candle, and this one's looking bullish again, so we'll probably continue up a little bit. But we are at the top band too, so hard to say. Hitting the same high here, got rejected. Oh, maybe a slight new high. Yeah, a slight new high. There we go. There's that push, $16. Not bad. I'm all out. I don't have anything left now. Yeah, arc breaking down. And breaking back up, and then breaking down, and breaking back up, and breaking down. There's like no volume. So if you're still in this, I would definitely be looking to get out at a decent spot here because I don't think it's gonna work. Too risky. Tiny N. Yeah. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. That lack of volume could mean something, but it's still got lots of volatility. So I mean, it could just move back up randomly too. It's hard. And we have INM not doing much more, and I don't expect this to do much more. That was quite the ramp of volume here. Lots of buyers came in, so this is probably going to head back down. So definitely expect that. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I'm done trading for the day here. So INM, definitely a possibility to play this some more. Wait for a pullback, of course. RGLS, off that 200 EMA could be a potential play. Ader, I wouldn't bother with. NRBO, you know, it could be a win or two. It really could be, but it's moving really slow. The price range is like, it's okay, but your stop loss is going to have to be pretty tight. It might not work out, so I probably would stay away from it. BBIG could be a winner here. BBIG usually is. Just got to wait for a decent enough pullback to buy in. ARC could pick back up. It's looking pretty good. Didn't hit the stop. It did move back up. It's looking to maybe break VWAP and head back out. So that could be another opportunity. And GovX looks like a pretty consistent win, but again, you know, spotty volume, spotty price action. It's kind of hard to see what's actually going on with this stock. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And we'll run over the money board here real quick. Let's take a look. So we're up 134 bucks for the day, another 2% on the portfolio. So this is basically what I tell people. You should be aiming for about 2% on the portfolio per day. If you can do that by the end of the year, you'll be rich anyway. So whether you're on a cash account or not. So we had 7 wins, 3 losses, 10 trades. Just like we actually been really good about hitting just 10 trades and cutting it after that. I thought I'd be messing that up, but been pretty good at that. Win rate dropped a little bit, 74.3%, but we'll get that back up. Today was a pretty crappy Monday, but Mondays usually are. And as far as percentage gains go, 55% for the day. RMED said it's probably a slight loss. It says 0%, but I think it's actually probably like a 0.4% loss or something. Then we took a pretty sizable loss on INM, almost hit our max stop loss limit, 5%, and we took a decent stop out on NRBO as well for 2%. But we had a couple good wins. We had 13% INM, RMED for 10, and RGLS for 11, INM again for 12. So we had a couple decent wins, but all in all, today was pretty boring. Other than that, I'm done trading for the day, so I wish you guys good luck. Hopefully you made some money, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow. See you guys.